Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scavenger here. Another game. This one's called Tentacles Thrive, and it's a bit different than the other games I've played. Well, you'll see. You'll see when I get into it. But it is interesting, and I kind of want to, we'll just start it out, see where it goes, and then maybe play more if, you know, if it seems worth it, basically. So let's go ahead and start this game out. See what happens. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. All right, here we are. I don't know where this is exactly, but we're here for sure. I can move the map around. And we got Humana Kingdom. All right. Who's this? Okay. Lilith apparently is a popular character name. Alright, so she stands proudly before the castle gate, hands on her hips and a half smile playing on her lips. I've got a good feeling about today, she comments to herself as she heads out through the main gate. Heading out into the woods again, Highness? The castle guard on duty voices his concern, though he knows there's no real reason to worry. The lady of the castle often makes such journeys into the surrounding woods. Even if you were to try to stop her, the sneaky girl would just find a way out there. Need to stock up on some materials, she grins. My craft demands only the best. The guard sighs and shakes his head. As expected of our lady. Say, however do you make those fantastic garments? She grins a bit wilder. That's a trade secret. She bids farewell to the guard and heads out into the forest. Do be careful, Highness. There have been rumors of strange tracks by the nearby mountain, the guard calls after her. But by this point, she just waves and darts into the trees. Alright, so where are we gonna go? Assuming into the trees. There's a secret garden, and that's the only thing I can click on right now. So I guess we're going to this secret garden and possibly the trees. Okay, search for Tentacle Skin. Also has a... This is what we're going to do? Okay, alright. Let's see, it also has a chance to encounter a tentacle monster. Whoa. So when we search for Tentacle Skin, that's what it's saying. There's also a chance that we're going to meet a tentacle monster. If an encounter takes place, she is 100% going to become pregnant by this. Okay. Wow. Okay, there's absolutely no chance she's going to get away. Well, that's terrifying and reason to not go in here. Okay, nothing was found there. What if I explore? Well, there's a tentacle monster right there, but I guess that's just for looks. Guess we're going to go back in over here. Ooh, a tentacle skin was discovered. Alright. She runs her fingers across a piece of strangely smooth fabric. It's supple like leather, but very resilient. I have no idea where this strange cloth comes from, but with my skills I can turn it into the strongest, lightest, most durable cloth on the market. She smiles smugly to herself. And I'm getting really good at tracking it down, too. She puts a finger on her lips and ponders for a moment. It's still pretty early. I bet I could get a bit more if I head a little deeper into the woods. Okay, we're gonna keep exploring here. I go over here. Nothing was found there. What if... I want to go by the water. Right there. Oh, look. A few hours later and she hits the jackpot. This strange cloth lies in big strips all about. It's practically carpeting the dense forest. This is amazing. I've never found so much before. I knew going deep was the right choice. I can't wait to get all this back to the castle. I'm going to make such amazing things with this. Her eyebrow suddenly raises in puzzlement. That's odd. This cloth is really warm, like it's been sitting out in the sun. But hardly any sunlight could penetrate through the thick canopy. What exactly is this stuff? Uh-oh. At that moment, a chill runs down her spine. She tenses up and can't shake the feeling that something big is watching her. Slowly, she turns around and gasps. What is that? The creature was huge, a writhing mass of tentacles, all coiling and uncoiling as if in anticipation. She wanted to flee, but she was frozen in fear. A creeping suspicion slowly crept into the mind. Something about this large thing's bulbous eye was looking at her. Was that... maybe? Maybe it was? Oh, goddess, no. Yup, that's definitely what it's wanting to do. At this realization, Lilith snaps out of her fear and takes off into a sprint toward the edge of the woods. But the creature is surprisingly swift for its size. It keeps pace with her easily, almost as if it was enjoying this. Her mind races. What could that thing be? It's obviously a monster, but she'd never seen anything like it in her books. And its skin, so similar to the fabric she'd been collecting. In fact, the dress she wore, even now, bore a striking resemblance. Oh my goddess. Maybe it thinks I'm the female of the species. I've got to escape before... But even as she voiced her concerns aloud, a thin tentacle coiled steadily around her long, slender leg and suddenly squeezed. She lurched forward, stumbling wildly, and fell face first into, thankfully, a soft bed of moss. The creature, still having a solid grip on her legs, slowly lifted her into the air. And, yeah. Her face flushed red. No, I can't escape. It's too strong. She desperately tries to calm herself and to think of a plan. I must make it out of here alive, even if... Uh-oh. Okay. She swallows thickly, not yet ready to make her intentions aloud. Right. By this point, the second tendril had joined the first and... Oh, okay. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. She takes a deep breath, finally managing to find the words despite being held upside down. Her voice trembles, but she forces the word. Ooh, okay. Alright. We already know there was a 100% chance if she got caught. We don't need to talk about it any more than that. We already knew what the dangers were going into these woods. And it seems like we just weren't lucky today. Oh, well. Okay, I don't think she's too upset, though. She put on a brave face. I think it asked for confirmation, like permission, which... That's that's what should happen. That's good. It's consensual, I guess. I think. Interesting. Okay, things happened. Guess it wasn't all bad. I'm pretty sure she kind of just... It was all consensual. All of it. Alright, now... Okay, we're back to the main map. I'm supposed to return to the castle here, so let's return. It was already dark. Apparently that eager beast spent quite a few hours happily doing what it does. She blushes in retrospect at those thoughts as she makes her way back toward the castle on shaky legs. She knew the route well, having made so many journeys into these woods to collect fabric. In fact, it's odd she never encountered any of those creatures before now. Then, just as she was reaching the tree line, an odd sensation began to sweep across her body. Her belly began to swell noticeably. What's happening to me? She steadies herself on a nearby tree and tries to catch her breath. It couldn't be. That beast, he really did? She shakes her head back and forth rapidly, trying to regain her wits. There's so much I don't know about these creatures. Oh wow. Yeah. Yep. She's apparently she's already preggers here. And I guess is growing at an alarming rate. Alright, anyway. With that, the young noble gathered previously unseen stamina and started rushing back toward the castle. All the while, her belly continued to grow. By the time the castle was in sight, she was covered in sweat and her breathing was labored. No, just a little further. I have to make it. With a cry of pain, she fell to her knees, clutching her belly. This little creature would wait no longer. Can I get in? Can I get in there? Let's go. Let's go. High up on the easternmost tower of the castle, a stern countenance gazes down at a figure of a woman struggling in the field just outside the castle. His features are severe, his lips drawn into a thin frown. Just what exactly has our little lady been up to these past days? He voices his question to the silent tower room and continues to observe. For the better part of an hour, his steel-gray eyes do not react in the slightest. Then, at almost midnight exactly, those unfeeling eyes widen ever so slightly. His expression immediately shifts to one of disgust. Harlot, he mutters to himself, then he turns on his heel, cloak flourishing as he makes his way down the stairs. Alright. Are we in the field now? I guess we're in the field now. I don't know. The scenery is not really changing much. But at least it's giving us the scene, you know? You know what I'm saying? This was it. This was it. Deep in the throes of labor, she was about to give birth to something totally unknown. With a final cry and a firm push, she felt something change. Oddly, there was no pain. Just a suspiciously slimy sensation. Quickly, she scooped up the little bundle of tentacles into her arms. She was a mess, covered in sweat and slime, but this was her own child. It bore none of her features except for the color of its one eye, a color being similar to hers. Disgusting. The shout shocked her out of her stupor, and she looked up in horror. There, standing some 50 feet away, was her uncle, Count Urius, the current lord of this castle. His narrow eyes held only disgust for her. You would disgrace our family by cavorting with such filthy beasts. What do you have to say in your defense? She opened her mouth to speak, but he immediately cut her off. Silence! I won't hear your excuses. This is unforgivable. You are hereby banished from our lands. Take your hideous spawn and begone from my sight. Should I catch even a glimpse of you again, I will have you killed. She, still reeling from her recent experiences, couldn't even offer a retort. Instead, she ran. She fled, clutching her newborn baby in her arms closely as she hurriedly escaped back into the forest. She had no idea what she'd do now. She was cast out by her own family. However, instead of crying and giving in to despair, a look of raw determination flickered in her eyes. She would not give up and let herself die here. No, she was far too stubborn for that. Her decisions in the coming months and years would change the world completely.